Mga tol, importanteng mapanood nating lahat 'to, 'no? Dito sa isang, dialogue, Manila Dialogue para sa South China Sea ay, sinabi ni, Ray Powell yung occupation ng China dito sa ating soberanya. Ibig sabihin mga tol, parang sinakop na ng China ang ating, West Philippine Sea mga tol, which is hindi nga nila kinikilala na ito'y soberanya ng Pilipinas bagkus ito'y kinikilala nilang kanilang teritoryo. Mga tol, panoorin natin 'no, itong, sinabi ni Ray Powell para na rin sa ating mga kababayan na tila hindi aware sa mga bagay na nangyayari sa West Philippine Sea at, tila ba minamaliit o pinagwawalang bahala nila yung mga nagaganap dito sa ating mismong soberanya. No, mula rito sa Philippine Coast Guard YouTube channel at courtesy na rin sa Rappler. No, Manila Dialogue on the South China Sea, understanding recent threats to the rule of law in the South China Sea. No, huwag na natin patagalin pa, panoorin na natin to.
Good morning. I find myself this morning surrounded by my betters. I'm neither a doctor nor a professor.
Ito si Ray Powell, no? Kadalasan mga tol sa kanya natin nalalaman. Namomonitor niya yung mga galaw ng mga barko ng China sa West Philippine Sea.
I am rather a simple retired military officer, and I make simple observations, I think. And one of the observations that I have is that the reason that we have to have a Manila dialogue on the South China Sea is because there is in many ways, the countries around the South China Sea, of course, are talking past one another because they perhaps don't recognize how very different the Philippines security situation is from their own. And I'm not trying to downplay the security situation in Indonesia or Vietnam or Malaysia.
Kinukumpara yan nung isang Chinese official na nagtanong kay Secretary Gibo na sinasabi niya bakit daw hindi gayahin ng Pilipinas, 'di ba? Ang Vietnam, ang Malaysia na kahit na daw merong sigalot sa China ay hindi naman nagkakaroon ng mga kaguluhan. So sabi nga ni Secretary Gibo, sa Pilipinas lang kasi ginagawa ng China yung ginagawa nila. Kapag yung China ginawa nila yung ginagawa nila sa Pilipinas sa ibang bansa tulad ng Vietnam at saka ng Malaysia, baka maging iba ang reaksyon.
What I'm saying is that the Philippines situation is of another order. And so the discussions about UNCLOS and international law, while extremely important, in many ways are almost passé from the Philippines' perspective because of the nature of its security problem.
Yeah.
And so if you are from another country and you're tempted to lecture the Philippines about provoking China or hyping the situation, I urge you to take a moment and think about what you're saying to someone whose shoes you are not in.
Actually mga tol, kahit nga hindi taga ibang bansa mismong ibang mga kababayan natin ang nagsasabing Pilipinas pa ang nanggugulo talaga, Pilipinas pa ang nagpo-provoke sa China. Nakakalungkot isipin yun dito sinasabi ni Ray Powell kung ikaw ay taga ibang bansa at sasabihan mo ang Pilipinas o ilelecturean mo ang Pilipinas about sa provocation, maghunos dili ka. Diba? Huwag ka basta-basta magsasalita ng ganyan. Bakit? Ito ipapaliwanag niya.
And let me tell you what I mean. The situation in the West Philippine Sea has been deteriorating badly for the last quarter century. And it is no longer sufficient to simply characterize China's malicious activity in the West Philippine Sea as mere violations or incidents or even incursions, because we're well beyond that. We are far beyond that.
Mas matindi pa pala.
Think about this. The Philippines is the only country that has a major Chinese military base in its exclusive economic zone. I'm talking about Mischief Reef, of course.
Grabe no. Ang Pilipinas lang ang kaisa-isang bansa mga tol no dito sa ating rehiyon na merong napakalaking military base ang China sa loob mismo ng kanyang exclusive economic zone. Pilipinas lang. 'Di ba? So naiiba talaga yung sitwasyon natin sa Indonesia, sa Malaysia. Bukod tanging Pilipinas lang sa exclusive economic zone ng Pilipinas, may napakalaking Chinese military base.
Course, from which China projects power deep within its waters. It is the only country that has had its access to major features within its exclusive economic zone controlled and restricted by a hostile foreign power. Scarborough Shoal, Second Thomas Shoal, Sabina Shoal, all of these now are, the access to all of these places is now controlled by...
Diba? Pilipinas lang din daw ang merong mas madali nating unawain ay mga features sa ating karagatan na talagang napakayaman. Diba? Napakalaking resources na kontrolado ng mga bansang mananakop. Diba? Yan, tulad na halimbawa, Scarborough Shoal, mga tol, yan ay traditional fishing ground ng mga bansa. Napakayaman sa isda niya na dapat may access sana tayo pero yan ay kontrolado ng China at hindi tayo makalapit dyan.
These now are, the access to all of these places is now controlled by China. And they are not above using aggressive tactics that we've all seen: blocking, swarming, bow crossing, ramming, water cannons, long-range acoustic devices, lasers, other dangerous aerial and maritime maneuvers to control access to features within the Philippines exclusive economic zone, including features that can contain a military outpost that has been there for 25 years, since before the 2002 Declaration of Conduct in parties of the South China Sea, and a major Philippine fishing ground at Scarborough Shoal. The Philippines faces a daily swarming and clustering of Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia ships within the earned territorial sea of its outpost at T2 Island, which is not in the Philippines exclusive economic zone, but it does earn a territorial sea, and Chinese ships are routinely within about 3 to 4 nautical miles of T2 Island, intimidating its civilian population and restricting its fishing activity. And of course, at places in the Philippines exclusive economic zone like Whitsun and Iroquois reefs, there is a regular presence of China's Spratly backbone fishing vessels, part of its maritime militia.
So dito sinasabi ni Ray Powell, mga tol, yung diferensya o yung kinaibahan ng Pilipinas sa ibang mga bansa tulad halimbawa ng Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia. Pilipinas lang ang nakakaranas ng ganitong mga bagay. Pilipinas lamang, mga tol, ang ginaganito ng China, kinakayan-kayanan tayo, mga tol, kaya tayo pinupunterya.
In fact, at Iroquois Reef, at my last check, there were dozens of these vessels. So the scope and scale of aggression is far above that faced by its neighbors. It demands a different paradigm for understanding the extent of PRC mendacity and the scope of the challenge faced by the Philippine government. And I'm going to say this very carefully. This is essentially a maritime occupation. A maritime occupation.
Maritime occupation, mga tol. Kayo na bahala maghusga, mga tol. Kayo na bahalang magkomento. 'Di ba? Ito'y ang sabi ni Ray Powell, ito'y isang maritime occupation o pananakop na Sinakop na, mga tol.
Of a country's lawful exclusive economic zone by a hostile, even imperialist foreign power.
Grabe, ito'y isang pananakop na sa isang exclusive economic zone o soberanya ng isang bansa mula sa isang imperialista, sabing ganun. Isang hostile, makapangyarihang bansa, which is yung China. Balikan natin yung sinabi niya, mga tol. Kayo na bahalang umusga.
By a hostile, even imperialist foreign power. So if we understand this problem as one of a foreign occupation, now we understand what the Philippines is looking at. It's not merely a matter of monitoring China's activity or challenging its approaches, but it's really one of long-term resistance because that's what you do when you have your territory occupied by a foreign power. And in this case, we're talking about maritime zones occupied by a foreign power.
Yun naman talaga ang dapat ginagawa ng Pilipinas eh. Kulang tayo sa resistance. 'Di ba? Hindi ang ginagawa lang natin mga tol, 'di ba? Lagi nating napapanood sa mga balita, monitoring, namo-monitor, radio challenge, mga ganun mga bagay. Pero yung resistance, which is yun naman daw talaga normal na ginagawa ng isang nilalang na inaagawan ng teritoryo, 'di ba? Nagre-resist ka, pumapalag ka. Tayo mga tol, hindi eh. Tayo yung pinapalayas eh. Pinapalagan natin sila sa pamamagitan ng media, video, di ba? Pinapalagan natin sila sa pamamagitan ng mga pahayag, mga ganun. Pero pagdating doon sa lugar na yon, kung saan nandoon yung presensya ng China, monitoring tayo mga tol. Monitoring, tapos re-report natin sa media. Ganito yung ginagawa ng China, lumalapit ang China, nare-radio challenge tayo ng China, nare-radio challenge natin ng China, hindi sila sumagot. Diba? Sa ibang bansa mga tol, hindi magawa ng China yung ginagawa nila rito. Bakit? Nagpapadala agad ng mga jet fighter, nagpapadala agad ng mga barko pinagtatabuyan talaga sila. Nagre-resist yung ibang bansa mga tol. Well, naiintindihan natin yung ating bansa kung ba't di pa natin magawa yun. Kulang pa tayo sa puwersa o kulang pa tayo sa lakas ng loob siguro, no?
So that's what the Philippines is up against. And it's been using peaceful means to do so. The model here is not an armed insurgency, but rather nonviolent direct action in the mode of, say, Mahatma Gandhi in India, which also faced a long-term occupation by a hostile foreign power. And eventually...
Sabi nga ni Professor Renato Castro, importante yung diplomasya. Pero kailangan mo pa rin ng military. Kailangan mo pa rin ng presensya ng militar. Kailangan mo pa rin ng military power. Kasi hindi ka pakikinggan kung wala kang sinabi, kung wala kang binatbat. Diba? Ikinumpara nga natin yung sa isang bullying lalaking malaki. Binubuli niya isang maliit payatot. Diba? Paano ka pakikinggan? Paano ka pakikinggan ng bully yung payat mo? Kayang-kaya kanyang sipain. Pero kung ikaw... magpapalakas ka, magpapalaki ka, o kaya may mga kasama kang higante at malalaki rin, di ba? Kailangan may puwersa ka eh. Doon pa lang makikinig yung bully.
As we know, Mr. Gandhi and the Indian people prevailed, but it took a long time of imposing costs upon the imperial occupying force to convince them that it was not in their national interest to remain. So China is attempting to control a vast maritime space by military and paramilitary force. And this, of course, creates vulnerabilities that occupying forces have. And I understand that this idea of an occupation, a maritime occupation, is a novel one and may be hard to get your mind around. But this is really the situation the Philippines faces. Thank you very much.
Ito na daw yung sitwasyon ng Pilipinas ngayon mga tol. Ito lang yung natin ito lang yung bibigyan natin na reaction video. Kasi nasa 2 hours o nasa 1 hour mahigit to. Itong video to. So ito lang yung pahayag ni Ray Powell. Anong masasabi niyo mga tol? Yung doon sa sinabi niya, isa tong maritime occupation. Tinakop na ng China, bukod tanging ang Pilipinas lang. Exclusive economic zone ng Pilipinas ang merong major military base ng mga Chekwa. Diba? Pilipinas, yung merong mga access sa mga resources, mayayamang features ng karagatan, pero kontrolado ng China. Anong masasabi nyo dyan sa sinabi ni Ray Powell? Comment kayo sa ibaba mga tol. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood hanggang sa muli. Ako nga pala si Shobal D. Peace out.